Alexander Twilight Academy was originally founded because of the challenges that we saw in urban education in Boston. How can we give really high quality education to every student, not just students with needs? So what we did was we looked at the great schools all over the country and said what elements are in every great school, regardless as to whether they're serving students from under-resourced backgrounds or students in incredibly affluent backgrounds. And we brought all those elements to form one school.
If there's any time that's most important in a kid's life, basically the earlier, the better. At this stage, you're able to recognize potential talent in kids. So they've done enough work and they've developed themselves enough to show, to show their potential.
I love ATA because there are open discussions, like where you get to express yourself and like speak what's on your mind.
Like it's different from other schools, and there's a lot of hands-on learning.
I love ATA because it gives opportunities to kids like me that probably can't afford the best type of school, but ATA is willing to give us that education without making us pay.
It starts by focusing on building their confidence from a young age.
We give them a lot of opportunity to really be themselves.
They're expected to collaborate in ways and use critical thinking in ways that they might not get elsewhere.
And I like the fact that we have coaching conversations with our students, which allows them to know, like, if I make a mistake, I can always come back from that. Whereas other systems are punitive. It's like, if you make a mistake, this is the punishment you're gonna get.
Our teachers at Alexander Twilight Academy are those who are incredibly passionate about the content area they teach, but first and foremost, they're people that approach life with an equity mindset and are passionate about creating an environment in which, regardless of background, students are being held to the highest expectations and given the support needed and necessary to be able to reach those high expectations.
It makes the student come out more than he would have in other environment. And it's a small group of kids, so the child doesn't feel like, he's kind of isolated or he's no different than other kids. So if they can speak up, they have a voice in it.
In lead class, we learn how to keep our voices up, how to be proud and confident in what you're saying.
ATA, it always pushes you to do your best, and it always wants to challenge you, to know what you're capable of.
So it kind of pushes me to be the best I can, but it also gives you the time to be creative with your time.
It allows me to be creative and show off my weird ways and be myself.
In this environment, they are able to be themselves and learn from each other, and we learn best from what we don't know. And we in this program allow them to know that it's okay to make mistakes as long as you are learning from them. Mistakes are used to learn. Knowledge is not used to learn. If you know something, you're not learning anything.
So if you walk into an ATA classroom, you'll see hands popping up, engaged faces, people being delighted by the material that we're going over. The intellectual rigor, constantly referring back to texts that they've read for class that day and in the past. These kids are connectors, they are pushers, they've realized that you need to be a team and push each other to be successful in the classroom, and they love the classroom.
The kids here are engaged in a way I haven't seen other kids be engaged, and the conversation from them really allows me to, instead of focusing on what I'm saying, be able to focus on what they're saying and how to take that and use that to have the rest of the class flow.
Yeah, and it feels like he's being challenged, and he likes challenge. Suleiman is a child who likes to be challenged, and that's what he's receiving from the ATA program.
We're challenged to go out of our comfort zone. Like in math, We learn about powers of 10, something that I'm not even gonna learn at Brook this year in 5th grade.
I've grown so much because I know things that I'm probably gonna know for any grade.
It's just amazing how much support they provide with us.
Though part of our mission is preparing kids to get into these incredible high schools, we want to make sure that they're not just surviving when they get there, but they're thriving and adding to all elements of the community. Everything we do at ATA is with the premise that every student is a leader. So we know we are bringing up the next generations of great leaders in this country. And what that means is our responsibility is that every class we approach is through the lens of leadership and character development. In math, we want you to think about being a mathematician. In reading, we want you to approach from being a writer. In engineering, we want you to approach it from being a scientist. So all of our core academic subjects are built around the fact that we believe that we're preparing students for the future.
It's real, it's amazing in that this is something he wants to participate in without me pushing to say, hey, we're gonna take advantage of this program. He knows that this is an amazing opportunity, and he's excited about gathering all the knowledge and utilizing it for his future.
It allows us to be ourselves, and we have the best teachers that are really engaged in education and are really down to push us forward and get us ready for high school, middle school, and college.
We're going to be the trailblazers for the next generations.
In just 4 weeks, our students outperformed every single district in the state on the MCAS. And even though we don't take the MCAS because we are a private school, this was a really good litmus test to show that our methods work. And if we can accomplish this in 4 weeks, what can we accomplish in 4 years with these kids?
I want to be a biomedical engineer when I grow up.
An electrical engineer.
I want to become a pediatrician.
I want to be either a sports player or a shoe designer.
An engineer.
I want to be a entrepreneur and have my own fashion line.
When I grow up, I want to be a fantasy writer.
Probably a pediatrician, an architect, because I want to help people live when I build houses and think of the design.
I'm proud as a parent that my child will be enrolling in ATA 2020, and I will do whatever I can as a parent to support the system.
The most important thing is to have them dream big and continue to dream big, because that is the way they're going to be able to achieve and reach their limitless potential.
I am really proud of who I am, and that's my identity, people.